Nearly 4 out of 10 veteran families have less than $500 saved. These are people who had a steady paycheck in the military for years. I myself served 6 years in the Marine Corps and I watched exactly how this happened. The difference between the people who get out of the military broke versus the people who get out financially successful is one thing, and that is a routine. So today I'm gonna go over the 5-step payday routine that you can do every 1st and the 15th of the month. Step 1 takes 2 minutes and it can help you find money that you're owed right now. And that is to check your LES. This is also known as your leave and earnings statement, which you can find when you log into MyPay. Now I've served with people who have gotten underpaid and also overpaid. So something with admin or S1 messed up. And for example, instead of a normal check, they would get a check that looks normal, but they're actually getting paid more than what they're supposed to. And so the military member takes that money and they spend it like normal. And by the time that S1 catches that mistake, the way that they take back the money is simple. They just stop paying you. I've watched Marines spend their paycheck and then come to find out that the following months they would be getting no money because they actually got overpaid. I've also served with Marines who didn't get paid at all. And so they spent months chasing that back pay and they pretty much worked for free because S1 admin couldn't figure out the problem. Some of those pay errors took years before anybody actually ever caught them. So that job falls on you, right? To make sure that your paycheck is correct, because the military spends millions of dollars every single year paying military members. And so yeah, they're gonna make mistakes. So here's the fix, right? Every single payday, you're gonna want to pull up your LES by logging into MyPay, and it's gonna take you 2 minutes to look at 3 very important things. One is to make sure that your base pay matches your rank and time in service. For example, if you're an E3 under 2 years, you should be seeing a specific amount, somewhere around $2,837 a month. And that's just in base pay. So if that's you and you're seeing a different number than what you're supposed to, that's something that you should be making note of and to take action on immediately. Number 2, you're gonna wanna make sure that your BAH and your BAS is correct if you qualify for them. And 3, you're gonna wanna make sure that there's no mystery deductions or any weird debts that you don't recognize on your account. Again, the military makes mistakes, admin makes mistakes, S1, we all know the joke, right? They all make mistakes. And so it's up to you to make sure that every single payday you are getting paid the correct amount. Real quick, this video is sponsored by me. I make these videos for military members and veterans who never got a financial resource like me when I joined the military. Nobody taught me this stuff. I had to learn all of it on my own. So if you want to become successful in the military, I want to invite you to my free community. I'm going to leave a link down in the description. Inside of that community, I'm going to have a ton of free resources to help you make more money, save more money, and become more financially educated. Step number 2 of this payday routine is to secure free money. Now, how are we going to do this? We are going to do this through the TSP. Now, in case you've never heard of the TSP, it stands for Thrift Savings Plan, and it's basically the military's version of a retirement account. This is where money comes out of your paycheck and gets automatically invested, and this is going to grow over time until you're ready to retire and take that money out. Now, here's what's happening with your TSP right now, whether you know it or not. If you joined after 2020, the military actually automatically enrolls you into the TSP every single year. I believe they enroll you at a base rate of 5% of your pay every single month, and it puts that money into what's called a traditional TSP. Now, for most junior enlisted military members, that is the wrong setup, because right now, chances are you're in the lowest tax bracket of your entire career. Now, the other option is a Roth TSP, and this is where you pay a small amount of taxes today, and then all of that money that grows comes out of your account tax-free when you retire. So with a traditional TSP, you're saving a little bit on taxes now, but you're gonna pay those taxes later when you retire, probably also when you're in a higher tax bracket, when you're making more money. And so if you want to bet on yourself in the future that you are gonna make more money over time as you get older and as you transition out of the military and into a civilian career, I would recommend changing from a traditional to a Roth IRA, so that way all of the money that grows in your retirement account can come out tax-free. This is a very simple change that you can do. All you have to do is just log into MyPay and change from traditional to Roth TSP. Now, here's a question that you might have, which is, should you even invest in the TSP if you only plan on doing 1 or 2 contracts in the military? A lot of people think that the TSP is only worth it if you're going to be doing the military for the whole 20 years or whatever to get that pension. But that pension is actually separate. All of that money that you put into the TSP is yours no matter what. And even if you only serve 1 one contract and you get out after that, you're allowed to move all of that money into a personal IRA, right? A personal retirement account. And you're not going to be paying any fees or any penalties to roll it over. So you're not going to lose any of that money that you have in your military TSP retirement account. The thing that you want to know here is that the military actually starts matching you for your retirement account after you serve 2 years. So after 2 years in the military, let's say that you put 5% into the TSP every single month. That means that the military is going to add another 5% onto that TSP every single month for free. And to give you a real example, let's say that an E4 puts in 5%. At this rate, they would get about $165 a month added in government money. And over the last 2 years of a 4-year contract, that comes to almost $4,000 of free money. And if you left that $4,000 invested until retirement age, it could potentially grow to $180,000, all from the money that the military gave you from that 5% match. And the data shows that about 1 in 7 service members are not putting at least 5% into their TSP. So this is definitely underrated if you are not investing in the TSP. Now, I'll be honest with you, in my 6 years in the Marine Corps, I only put a couple $100 into the TSP total. Every year when the military would automatically re-enroll me at that base 5%, I would go in and manually change that to 0. Now, I was a reservist, and at the same time, I was building businesses, I was buying books and courses to better myself, and I was also investing into the stock market, specifically the S&P 500, and that bet paid off for me. But if you are out there and you don't have a real plan or you don't have a business to grow, then honestly, taking that free 5% match from the military is a really, really good play. Especially if you just plan on taking that money and then blowing it at the PX. It's obviously much smarter to have that invested into the TSP if you want to be smart about your money long term. So for your next payday, here's what you can do. You can log into MyPay and check your TSP percentage and make sure that you switch over to a Roth TSP if you want that money to be taxed later on in your career when you're making more money. And also you can set a reminder on your phone for every single year when they reset your TSP percentage. You can go ahead and manually change that if you want to invest more than that 5% every single month. Okay, step number 3 of the payday routine is to check your number. If you walk into any barracks on any weekend after payday, you're going to see exactly where all the money goes. It's going to go into alcohol, vapes, zyns, cigarettes, and junk food. And this isn't me just guessing, because the military's own health survey found that almost 1 in 5 service members smoke. And if you think about it, junior enlisted are the most likely to do all of it at once. That same survey found that a third of service members drink alcohol at levels considered hazardous, but obviously no big surprise there. We all know that the military runs on nicotine, alcohol, and energy drinks. And I saw this eat away at a lot of people's paychecks every single month. The thing is, nobody actually runs the math on how much these habits cost you every single month. Data shows that the average person goes through about 4 cans of Zyn a week. And at today's price of about $5 per can, that comes out to about $100 a month. If you're vaping, that's another $50. And all of a sudden you're spending anywhere between $200 to $300 per month on all of these bad habits. Let's just call it $250. Over a 4-year contract, that's $12,000. And if that same $250 a month went into an index fund for the next 40 years instead, it can grow to about $1.6 million. Now, I'm not telling you how to live your life. You spend your money however you want and spend it on things that make you happy. But you should at least know what number you're trading all of that stuff for, because it's definitely not taught to all the military members out there. And so I just want to raise awareness. So if you've never done the math before, highly recommend it. And here's what you can do for your next payday. You can take out a piece of paper and a calculator, and you can add up all of your bare necessities. This means your phone bill, your car payment, your insurance, your food, and maybe even your rent if you pay any. Now that total is going to be your baseline. And a good goal is to keep that baseline under 50% of your monthly income. Now, if you want to be smart with that money, then every single dollar above that baseline should be getting put to work for you and making money for you, whether that be through investing in yourself, books, courses, or investing in stock market, or even just putting it in a high yield savings account where it can earn more money compared to if you were to leave it in your checking account or a regular savings account like USAA or Navy Federal or Chase or any of the big banks out there. Now, I'm going to leave a link in the description to my favorite high yield savings accounts. All of these are going to pay you over 10 times more than what they are paying you at Navy Federal. And I'll also have resources in the description if you want to learn how to invest in the stock market while in the military. Okay, step number 4 is very, very important in my opinion, and this is to save what you can. Years ago, my car actually got stolen and they ripped out everything. They ripped out the catalytic converter, they ripped apart the engine. And so so overnight, I had to not only pay for thousands of dollars in car repair money, but also I had to pay money to get a car rental just to get to work every single day. At that time, I had the cheapest car insurance. So I only had liability, and liability doesn't cover anything like car rentals or if somebody steals your car and decides to rip out the catalytic converter, mess up your engine. And so when I was in that period, the only thing that was standing between me putting that money into a credit card or going into debt and taking out a loan to be able to handle that financial burden was all the savings that I had saved up. So if you're at a time in your life where you're trying to save money, you're trying to get the cheapest car insurance, the cheapest health insurance, I highly recommend looking into getting an emergency savings account, because having an emergency fund like this where you can pull money out of it for emergencies is very, very important. I've watched Marines around me over the years get hit with crazy emergency bills. For example, a parent that goes to the hospital all of a sudden, and out of nowhere, you have to start paying medical bills that are not cheap. I've seen Marines who get kicked out of their home. Something happens and all of a sudden they have to come up with move out money, move in money. And so you have to realize that emergencies in life are not going to schedule themselves around the 1st and the 15th of every single month that you get paid. The numbers show that about 57% of military families went through a financial emergency in the last 2 years. But at the same time, 1 in 4 military families have less than $500 saved to handle that. And that's exactly how people in the military end up in debt. And when you look at the credit card debt levels, veterans carry credit card debt at higher rates than civilians, which is 35% compared to 27. So here's a good order of priority when it comes to your paycheck, specifically your savings every single month. The first priority that I would say is an emergency fund. I would try to get this emergency fund to $1,000 at least as fast as you can. And then I would keep building up that emergency savings until I have about 3 to 6 months of living expenses. The second priority would be to pay off any debt. And I would recommend starting off with whatever you have that is the highest interest rate. And then the third priority would be investing. If you're already covered, you don't have any debt, and you already have an emergency savings, you can then start investing more into that retirement account so that later on when you retire, you have more money to work with. Now, I think it's very important to talk about where you should actually put your emergency savings. So my brother, who also did 6 years in the Marines, he was banking with Navy Federal his whole entire life. And with Navy Federal, their savings account allows you to earn 0.25% interest rate. That means that for every $5,000 that he had saved in that bank account, he was only earning about $12 per year. Now, I recently helped him open up a high yield savings account with SoFi, where he is now earning 3.1% APY, which is over 12 times more than Navy Federal. So on that same $5,000 of savings, that's about $155 a year instead of 12. Now, I also just helped out another one of my Marines who also just opened up a high yield savings account with SoFi. And that's going to be game changing for the thousands of dollars that he has in that account and for all the other money that he puts in there for his daughter's college fund or for saving up for a house, saving up for a new car, etc. I also keep my own savings in there. So again, I highly recommend it. I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to check it out. That link is going to have all of the best high yield savings accounts and banks for military members and veterans. Step 5 of the payday routine is to automate as much as you can. And when I say automate, what I really mean is setting yourself up for success so that you don't go and accidentally spend your hard-earned money on things that you don't actually need. Here's my setup, and I'll explain why I've done what I've done. So my direct deposit, right, when I get paid from my job, it actually lands in my high yield savings account, again with SoFi. And so from day one, it's already earning more money on the interest that it would compared to on a checking account, where most of the time you're only earning 0.01%. Now that money in my high yield savings is only going to move over to my checking account when it has a purpose to fulfill. Most people run their money backwards from that. So when their paycheck lands in their checking account, which is the account that pays you almost nothing, they put whatever happens to survive that month into their saving. Now, if you flip that around, then spending actually becomes a decision that you have to make instead of just something that's super easy to spend because you have it available to you 24/7 in your checking account. Now, I also spend $200 a month automatically to invest into the S&P 500 using my SoFi investment account. Now, the S&P 500 is basically a index fund on the stock market, which means I'm investing in the top 500 companies in the US. Now, on average, this has returned about 10% a year since 1957. Now, that doesn't mean that it goes up every single year. Sometimes it goes down by a lot, but that average has held on for almost 70 years. And the math on $200 per month is really hard to beat. After 10 years, years, I would have $41,000. After 20 years, I'd have $152,000. After 30 years, about $452,000. And after 40 years, that same money would be about $1.2 million. And all that is just $200 a month plus a lot of patience. Now, you don't have to start spending $200 a month. You spend however much you are going to be able to live with at the end of the day if that money is going to go down to zero. Obviously, it's not going to go down to zero if you're investing smart and into safe stocks like the S&P 500. But if you invest with the mindset of investing only what you can afford to lose, you're going to be much better off in the long term mentally. Now, I started dollar cost averaging like that at 18 with the money that I saved up from MOS school, which was about $4,000 to $5,000 into the S&P 500 and other blue chip stocks. And I'll be honest with you, all of those stocks grew way faster than they should have. That was just a crazy time to invest in during COVID. But today I'm still doing the same thing, and I'm going to keep doing that for the long term because I know that that's the smart thing to do with my money. That's way better than just letting my money sit in a checking account where I'm earning literally cents every single year instead of that 3 to 4% in a high yield savings account. And then everything else that I do want to invest that can earn about 10% per year. So if you also want to be smart about automating your money, you can set up your military paycheck to direct deposit into something like SoFi. And that's actually going to give you a $50 bonus all the way up to a $400 bonus, depending on how much you direct deposit into SoFi. And so that's just another reason why I recommend SoFi for military members, because it's so easy to just log into MyPay, set your direct deposit to transfer instead of into your Navy Federal, into your SoFi, and you'll get at least that $50 cash bonus along with the 3.1% APY right now. That number is subject to change, but it's usually going to be around 3 to 4% interest rate. And the great thing too about SoFi is that you can just set up an automatic investment as well. Like me, I just go on that app to save money and also to invest into the stock market. And I know that all of this stuff that I'm doing now is going to compound over time, and it's going to lead me to be able to retire with millions of dollars to be able to pull out tax-free. Of course, none of this is financial advice. I'm not an expert. When I joined the Marine Corps at 17, again, nobody taught me any of this stuff. Nobody in my family could teach me, right? They came from Vietnam as immigrants. None of the teachers at school could teach me this. And chances are you are in the same boat, and the military does not teach this stuff. So I make these videos to help you out as a military member or veteran to become more financially successful. So the routine that you just learned is how I made sure that I got out of the military financially successful and on the right path. And so I hope that it can help you do the same. Again, I'll leave a link down below to my free community only for military members and veterans, as well as links to the best bank accounts there for being able to invest in the stock market and also being able to save more money. And I'll also leave links down below to the best bank accounts that you can open up right now, like SoFi, as well as the best apps to use to invest. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more, click on this video right here.